Hi, I'm Raby's son, and this is my design for the KBH Hospice. Well, for every architect, of course, strives to design spaces that are sensitive to the needs and desire of users. However, healthcare design requires special consideration, and the users of a healthcare facility navigate a tremendous range of emotional experiences, from the joy of new life to the trauma of death. Hospices, which focuses on the latter experience, require the almost sensitivity from architect's perspective. Death happens in this facility like every day. Outside of religious architecture, death and morality aren't common architectural design considerations. The very function of hospices, though, demands that architects pay attention to death. Assuming an average stay of these like 3 days, over 1,000 people would die in the typical 12 beds hospice every year. Well, in designing a space sensitive to the emotional experiences of users, an architect faces a daunting gauntlet of questions like how do you design a facility where death is so central to the experience? A facility that honors each patient's death in a special and individual manner, a facility that provides appropriate spaces for mourning, and a facility that enables its staff to grapple with the immersive psychic weight of lost patients daily. But most importantly, what design strategy can I make to benefit the patient and the staff? I will go through the site, the concept behind it, design itself, and the system of the building. First, the site. The triangular site sits on Bremalia Road, and it's surrounded by woodlocked vegetation on the northeast edge of the site. It provides a natural separation between other parts of the neighborhood, with the natural conservation located in the north. Not only it enhances the site's connection to the nature, but also gives me the idea to accommodate like the biophilic design strategy into the hospice. The site has the total area of 6,800 square meters with a setback of 7.5 meter along the roadside and 9 meter from the north. The maximum building area can be only the third of the site, which is around 2,300 square meters. But from the first assignment, the driveway on the east will eventually become the public road in the future, and it requires to have access to both roads, which is like the Bremalia Road and the future road, and the access has to be 6 meters wide. Moving on to the concept, like I mentioned before, how can I fully benefit from the natural conservation area? Well, the idea is to integrate biophilic design into the hospice. Spending time in a hospice facility can be stressful for everyone, and patient may be overwhelmed by just the white walls and endless hallways that are illuminated by artificial lights. So using biophilic design in the healthcare can lenses the stress on patients because it creates like a more natural environment that is like conducive to the stressful and enjoyable journey. It offers a myriad of like benefits to patients and staff alike. So what is biophilic? It's using natural resources to create a sense of harmony between modern architecture and the natural world. In my design, the biophilic concept also needs to provide spaces that are exciting and uplifting. One example I've been like studying is The Falling Water by Frank Lloyd White. The natural beauty surrounded falling water is just intimately connected to the understanding and appreciation of the house itself. In the darling and innovate architecture set among the forest landscape, he captures like this physical and spiritual embrace of the natural world, which is what I'm also trying to achieve while designing the hospice. After understanding the site, I started to apply the concept to massing. I separated the program by the level of privacy, where the private area, like the resident units and the family units, will face towards the conservation area, which is the north, and the more public area like services and offices will be on the south side. So in this case, the more public volume can function as a barrier for the private volume. And then in order to follow the form of the site, I curve the two massings, and each volume bends towards to the conservation area and the street. And the intersection of the two volumes would be general services for the hospice, like the nursing station and the lobby. Well, the idea is to let nature take over the architecture, so the openings between the two curves or the two volumes will be planted trees that makes it fully emerge with the building. And lastly, to create that exciting space, the units will be lifted on the second floor and will be breaking into like the four different big homes. The design. Moving on to the design of the project, I decided to make it both organic form, like both interior and exterior. On our master plan, the building is like fully surrounded by the nature, even while approaching to the site. The trees that are located on the south can also blocks the view towards the building. And the idea is to somehow use nature to blend the building with the surroundings, to give it like a feeling of mystery in the distance until when users and the people that arrives on the site and they get the sense to like explore the building itself. The reason behind creating two-story building is to put the resident and staff onto the second level so that they have a better privacy and can be immersed to the nature. It also allows them to get that excitement from the building circulation, where the services and communal spaces are located on the ground floor because this space is more for the arrival. On the ground floor, the main entrance is located on the south side of the building. Then you are greeted by this like indoor green space, and towards to the north, an outdoor patio connects the lobby, the family room, and education room, which can be shared as a gathering space for everyone. And the staff will arrive the building through the entrance on the east side that is hidden behind the building. On the second floor, the resident units are separated unevenly between the two units in the middle and open area that also serves as a gathering space. It opens up during the summer so that the patient can both enjoy the fresh air and view with their family. And the nursing station is located in the middle of the building to have full access to each patient's units as soon as possible. And the offices and other staff area are located in the southeast, so that they're far away from the resident units. And shifting of the programs along the hallway creates like small pockets, which creates this like exciting circulation. North elevation shows the four big units that are elevated, and the gable roof design mimics the Brampton house-like design. And the south elevation shows the surrounding nature, keeping the resident unit to the back and separating them from the entrance. So only from the entrance, the office area can be seen. The material choice of the hospice needs to achieve the biophilic design strategies. Bringing nature into the indoor healthcare setting can be achieved by using material like wood and brick that it has like a natural look and feel. And the roof system will consist of this like gray metal roofing. Here is a approach from the future street. The resident units are blocked by this part of the building facade. The entry to the hospice is designed to be hidden to give a sense of exploration to the users. And these three interior view on the second floor. First is on the middle open area, second floor. The second is looking towards the nursing station with the atrium, and the third is along the hallway. And this is the memorial charrette that we did a while back, and it's meant to be designed in the atrium space. So this space can be seen as soon as when people arrive in the lobby, and can also be like physically touched on the second floor. So it's sort of interactive. And this is a view from the conservation area showing the form of the units and the height difference. Lastly, the system. Moving on to the system of the building consists of steel structure. Like the design massing model, the structure is also separated into the two main structures. The two curves have their own structure grid, and the middle structure will later connect to the two. These two diagrams are the fire route on the ground floor and the second floor. Thank you for listening to my presentation.